Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Welcome again, my dear students. Here we are again in Unit 8, 10th grade students, student walk page 91. Of course, today we have a reading lesson. This is the law of the land. Here, of course, Unit 8 is about laws, crimes, good jobs and bad jobs. So, of course, this is a page 91. Here's an article. Of course, as usual, we have the pre-reading questions. You can look at the photos, the title. So work with a partner, look at the photos. Can you do these things freely in your country? Where do you think these actions could be illegal? Of course, when I say illegal, this is the opposite of illegal. And why? Of course, when you talk about the text in this lesson, students would be able to read and listen to the text, answer the questions about the text, learn some new vocabulary in context, and express their opinions about the topic. This is critical thinking question. So let's start with the first question. To give answers, of course, here we have chewing gum, we have feeding the birds, wearing high heel shoes. So these are different actions, different activities. So let's start reading so that we can check the answers. So we will read together and listen at the same time.
CD2, track 37. Listen to the article. If you're going on holiday, you need to take care that you don't break local laws. An action which is okay in one country could be illegal in another, like running out of petrol in Germany or not wearing underwear in Thailand. For example, Singapore has a ban on chewing gum. The reason is that it ruins the city's clean pavements. Some people support the ban, but others don't see the point. I asked local resident Daniel Sherry how the law started. He explained that one of the main problems was people putting gum on subway train doors, so they didn't open. But he admitted this probably wouldn't be a problem these days. However, a tourist from Hong Kong thought the ban was a very good thing, because it kept the environment clean. There are many other surprising laws. A popular tourist destination is, of course, Venice. Did you know you can't feed the pigeons in St. Mark's Square because of the damage done to the ancient monuments? A recent law stated that you can be fined over €500 for this, or for selling birdseed. It is typical of a law that has come into existence because of the world's increasingly dirty cities. London also went ahead with a similar law to protect Trafalgar Square from pigeons. A law which dates back to the 2000s was introduced banning women from wearing high heels to ancient Greek sites, such as the Odeon of Herodes Atticus on the Acropolis in Athens. This monument has survived for 2,000 years and is still used today for special events. It also holds an important arts festival each summer. People dress up to attend these events, and women's high heels can do terrible damage to the ancient stones. Whether you're traveling near or far, respect local laws and be prepared for the weirder ones.
Okay, so this is the track, the listening track, of course. Here's a fact. In Sarbriens in southwest France, it's illegal for residents, for people there, to die in the town. It's one of the illegal actions, imagine, because there's no space left in the cemetery. What is the cemetery? The cemetery is the place where you bury dead bodies of dead people. So here's the end of the listening. Of course, now we will come. Now you can check your answers. So the first question, read the travel article and check your answers. Here, of course, suggested answers. Chewing gum is Singapore. It ruins the city. Cities clean pavements. The pavement is the sidewalk. Of course, it's the place where people walk on the sides of the street. It's sidewalk in America. It's pavement in Britain. Pedestrian. Feeding the pigeons. Pigeons is a kind of words, of course, in St. Mark's Square in Venice. The damage done to the ancient monuments. Here's another illegal action. And wearing high heels to ancient Greek sites, places. They can do terrible damage to the ancient stones. So 3 illegal actions. When we say illegal, it means you may be fined if you did these illegal actions. You may be fined. It means you may be asked to pay money as a fine, which is a kind of tax for breaking the law. So now, of course, we have listened to the text and recognized the 3 different types of illegal actions. Of course, here in number 3, read the article again and match the information from 1 to 6 with the places Singapore, Venice, and or Athens. Singapore, the chewing gum; Venice, feeding the pigeons; and Athens, where wearing high heels is illegal. So of course now you are asked to stop here. Take 1 minute, please. Try to match these 6 sentences, these pieces of information, with the text. Okay, let's start with number 1. There is a difference of opinion about the law. Here's a certain law where people have different opinion. Of course, I'm talking about Singapore, where chewing gum is illegal. This law exists in another famous place. It's in Venice. We're talking about feeding the pigeons, and in London. Venice and London. 3. The law fits with the city's clean image. Of course, I'm talking again about clean pavements of Singapore. It's about 4. The law is necessary because an ancient building is still being used today. Of course, this is in Greece, Athens. Number 5, you have to pay money if you break this law. What's that? Of course, this is Venice. For feeding pigeons, you have to pay money for breaking the law. This law was introduced not long ago, in the 2000s. Of course, this is in Athens, wearing high heels. So here are the laws that you are not supposed to break. So after these 3 different activities of comprehension, of course, we come to the next step, which is explore verb expressions. Inside the text, match the highlighted words in the article with the definitions. Of course, this is English definition. Of course, what do you mean by verb expressions? Take care. It's a verb which is made of more than 1 word. It's maybe a phrasal verb, and sometimes it's just a phrase that contains 2 words, a verb and another word. Take care, running out of, see the point, come into existence. Of course, you can use them in different tenses. Went ahead, to go ahead, the past of go ahead, dates back to the 2000s. When I say 2000s, of course, we mean the years from 2000 to 2009. These are 2000s. Okay. Of course, now you have to stop here, try to match the definitions with the verb phrases. To present now. Come into existence. Something come into existence, it means it's a present at the moment. Understand your opinion. see the point. So, for example, when I can't understand your opinion, I can tell you that I don't or I can't see the point. I can't see the point. It means I can't understand your opinion. Have started from a certain time. That dates back to, especially when you talk about old monuments, old things. So they dates back to thousands of years ago, back in time, of course. For start to do something, went ahead, to go ahead doing something, to go ahead to start doing something. Be careful, to take care, and be without is running out of. To run out of, to be without. When you have something, then it's finished. So run out of. The car ran out of the petrol, for example, or of petrol. Okay? What about 5? Of course, now we have these activities. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the verb expressions from exercise 4. Now you are asked to use the verb expressions to complete the sentences. Again, you are asked to stop here and try to complete the 5 sentences. Okay, let's start with the verb 1. Of course, complete the sentences with the correct form of verbs expressions from exercise 4. You are asked always to read the instructions, read the questions, so that you are to make sure that you are able to understand the question clearly, the instructions. Illegal downloading didn't until the digital age. What verb expression can we use here? Of course, didn't come into existence until the digital age. Before the digital age, of course, we didn't or we hadn't have any type of illegal downloading because there wasn't anything called internet. Number 2, did you know that is a crime in some countries? This is of course in Germany. Running out of petrol is a crime. You should be careful so that you don't run out of petrol. The ban, a time when graffiti was very popular. The ban dates back to a time when graffiti was very popular. Okay, and number 4, the judge didn't of the defendant's argument. Didn't see the points. It means he wasn't convinced by the defendant's argument. Defendant, he's a lawyer who tried to defend one of the two parties, maybe a criminal, maybe someone who is accused of a crime. So we have defendants, but the judge didn't see the point. He was not convinced that you don't drop rubbish. It's illegal here. So take care that you don't drop the drop to leave them fall to the ground or on the ground. It's illegal here. So of course these are 5 phrases or 5 verb expressions with their definitions. We come to number 6. Of course, is your turn to express your opinion, ask and answer with your partner. So you can write written answers, write out written answer for these 2 questions, or you can make voice records as usual. What do you think of the laws in the text? What do you think about them? Which do you think would be difficult or easy to introduce in your country and why? Which of the laws? So you can write the answers or make a voice record to express your opinion about these laws. Okay, let's move to your workbook. What do you have in your workbook? Of course, you are asked to prepare, to try to read the text by yourself. Here's an amateur or immature detective. It's not a professional detective. Read the true story of a young detective. Tick the evidence she found. After reading, you have to tick, just this is the tick sign, where the evidence she found. And number 2, match the words in bold with their definitions. Again, we have 5 words with definitions. I'm talking about the words here: entry, sleuth, forced, out or turned out, denied, which is the past of deny, and investigative skills. Investigative skills. There are definitions, so just match them with their definitions. Number 3, read the story again and put the events in the correct order. So number 1 is Jessica went to summer camp. What happened next? What is number 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on? Of course, all of these are events. The last question is a critical thinking question again. Do you think Jessica was right to investigate the robbery herself and to visit the thief? Why do you think the police were surprised? Were the thieves good at what they did? And write at least 5 sentences. Of course, you have more than one question. Just try to give a general answer. You can write your answers again, or you can make a voice record. Of course, next time we will do these questions and read the text together. So please do this exercise or this homework. It's an exercise to practice reading comprehension and improve your skills of reading. This is everything for today. Thank you. See you next time with reading workbook page 81.